be no falling asleep tonight. Hi, Terry. Hello, Shania. Mylene, that's my other hobby. Hello, Lynn, April, Terry, Beth. How you doing, Beth? Diana, welcome from Michigan. Hi, Paula. Hello, Heyman. I think I pronounced that right. Katrina, welcome. Lisa from Tennessee is here. Lisa Crease, we got Lisa S here. Deborah, Colleen, Marla, welcome everybody. Bonnie, how you doing? Hello, Michelle. Yeah, I'm gonna let Tina explain that painting. She's gonna be doing a little work to that. Hello, Lisa from Kentucky, and hello, Rosa. Welcome from Mexico. Hello, Amanda from Adelaide, Australia. Sherry's ready to go. We got everybody joining us. We got Carol Walker from the UK, Becky from Idaho.
Alexa, stop. I had music for you guys while I was getting ready. Can you hear us really well tonight?
Nate's here. Danny from Milwaukee's here.
Actually, I was playing music. I didn't realize Alan was going to talk to you guys before I came out here. So, yes, it's not me playing piano. Get rid of that.
She's yelling at me already. Hello,
Nate,
Dustin from Georgia.
Nate, I made you a moderator. I did that last week before we signed off.
Finally, you got to take care of that cold.
Yeah, she was sick. The baby's sick, too.
Nini is here from California. Cricket's got a question. When you do a pour, do you do it on dry or wet canvas?
I do it on dry canvas unless I have a white or black background already poured. Take a blood bottle around.
We got, hello, Shirley. How you doing? Kim is here from hot Minnesota.
Hot Minnesota.
It was over 100.
It's hot here, too.
Not that hot.
Our air.
Not that hot. We got Linda joining us from Arkansas. We got Cricket's Nature. Mylene was in the hospital. I'm sorry to hear that, Mylene. Hope you're home now. This one we got Violetta joining us from Texas. We got MS Kate from Laguna Beach.
All right, guys.
Sherry's joining us from Reno, Nevada.
Hello to everybody. I have Nate's painting here with its first coat of resin. And I've had, I don't know how many questions this week on how to sand in between coats. So Nate, don't cringe or anything, but she's going to get a sand down so she can have another coat. She's pretty good, but I still want the edges a little more float over. So,
hello, Cindy, joining us from Clearwater, Florida.
whoops.
Lucky Nate. Boy, is that an understatement.
It is so pretty when it's resin, isn't it? I don't know if I can pull it up.
Nate says, do what needs to be done.
Let's see. It just gives, see the edge there? How it's not quite covered. So that's what we're going to fix with the second coat.
Hey, Danny's got a question. Is that on canvas?
It is on canvas. This is a gallery wrap.
Welcome, Lynn, from Perth, Western Australia.
All right. So I didn't have any fish eyes, which is great. If you don't know what those are, I'll show you. I had a tile that I threw some leftover on, but I'm gonna try, it's right here. You can see that dot. So this will get sanded and recoated as well. Once in a while, your silicone just comes out of nowhere and makes its appearance through your resin. So the only way to fix that is to sand it down, and I'm using 220 grit.
Hello, Allie. Glad you can make it.
And if you have a piece of dust or something, this is a good time for you to get it out too. First time I did this, I freaked out. I'm like, oh, I'm going to ruin it.
Welcome, Meg. Glad you could join us. Okay, Deborah Brady wants to know, do you wear a respirator when you use resin?
With the stone coat or the art resin, you do not have to wear a respirator. There's no VOCs. If anything, the acrylic paint that you're torching is probably more dangerous than this resin would ever be. So I'm just going to do the top. The sides are good.
And Terry Alexander joined us. Welcome, Terry. Okay, Cricket's Nature wanted to know, what was the resin ingredient to avoid?
The what?
The resin ingredient to avoid? Actually, you're talking more about the paint itself, the acrylic paint.
Yeah, the acrylic paint is more dangerous than this resin. We don't know what heated up paint can do to your lungs. So after you sand it.
Linda has a question. Do you sand before you do the resin?
No, but you want to clean your painting. You want to get all the silicone off with baby powder or cornstarch. Some people even use flour. I always put it on and let it set for about a week. And then I wipe it off with microfiber cloth. And then I let it dry, and then I go over it with alcohol. And this is what I'm going to do with the alcohol in this one. So we've got it all sanded.
I've got a couple of questions here too. Becky is asking, is it best to put resin on the towel coasters so they can be used and washed, or some other coating?
I like the resin on the coasters because the hot cups won't stick to them.
Okay, and David's got a question. I'm using art resin. Should I try stone coat?
It's about the same price. With my coupon code, it'll be cheaper. But Ann Osborne just did a video. She loaded it today where she compared the two, and she could find no difference. However, the stone coat is a little thicker. I prefer the stone coat because when I sanded that, it wasn't flying all over the place. Usually, like with Envirotex Light or any of the other ones that I've used, it's really dusty.
Okay, Flow Pop, we are in North Carolina.
So this is all clean and ready for its second coat, and I'm not going to do that for you guys unless you absolutely want me to.
Nate's got a good point. High VOC paint or resin, you should wear a respirator.
Yes. Always watch the VOCs. If you don't know what the VOCs are on your paint, look it up. Just Google it online, and I'm sure you can find out.
Mylene says, my husband said, take a rest, Mylene. I said, no, I have a class to attend. Hope you're feeling better, Mylene.
So this is ready for its second coat.
Okay, Lisa's got a question. What if you pour with resin? Which gives the best work time?
Well, stone coat has a 45-minute work time. I think art resin is an hour, but I'm not sure on that. Art resin is a little thinner. A little more fluid than the stone coat.
Bonsai Kathy has joined us.
Hi, Kat.
Welcome, Kathy. Glad you could join us. Hello, Pam. How you doing? Kathy says, I ordered my resin from Stone Coat last Monday night during class. Well, thank you.
During class.
Terry, you're going to love the resin on the coasters. Just ask Nate. Cricket's got a question. How many coats of resin should you use?
Sometimes you can get away with one, but I prefer two. Two just makes it like glass. Okay, last week we did this flip and drag with the Prussian blue iridescent mixed in. And I think I used the new copper and sea mist pearl. And I like this. This is going to be beautiful when it's resin. It's going to be a lot more depth to it.
That's one of the things about the resin. From
Yeah, the
Stone
resin
Coat.
is just amazing on a painting. This was our bottle bottom pour. Got a ton of little cells there.
Nate says, I died when I opened the coasters from Christina.
He did. He did it on a video. Made me giggle.
Okay, Chris wants to know, is tonight the string pull?
No, tonight is the base pour that everybody's been requesting. Tonight's, I'll give you a list. We're going to do a vase pour. I got some oval canvases in, so we're going to do an 11 by 14 flip and drag. I'm going to do a 8 by 20 dirty pour. And Alan, I'll just give you a peek.
Little gadget.
Alan's going to play with a new toy that we got. And Nate, I did get my hair color bottle. We're going to try that this week. I prepped a ton of canvases last night.
Okay, Lisa's got a quick question. Did you use Floetrol?
I always use Floetrol in my paint. Yes. This was the dirty pour that we did. Remember I told you the white was going to change? And it did. I got a ton of cells in there. This would be beautiful resin as well because of the depth here.
Kathy went to a yard sale and got 50-cent vases.
There you
I'm
go.
jealous.
I know, we paid $1. And this was Alan's little thing. He did his reverse swipe.
Got a lot of cells.
I love the cells in this corner. Oh, I wish you could get it.
Welcome, Trina. Glad you could join us.
Hey, Trina.
Cricket's got said, be forewarned about creating coasters that are coated, not absorbent. Any condensation that flows onto the coaster will otherwise end up running off and onto your tabletop.
I use ceramic tile.
Thank you, Terry. Appreciate the encouragement.
So do you want to tell them what happened with the winners and what we're going to do?
No, I'll let you do that.
Oh. So, here, so I tape my tiles off on the back. I use painter's tape, but they come out very nice when you use painter's tape. And then I put some little, I use the E6000 glue and put some little felt pads on. But there's nothing beats a resin coaster. Look at that shine. That's something you can be proud of when you're selling them, when they look like that.
Okay, there's a couple of questions coming across the screen that Lisa wants to know. I just started with Floetrol, been using resin. I've been getting tiny bumps with Floetrol.
Are you putting Floetrol in your resin? That's a no-no.
And that's because the resin itself is a hardener.
You need to arrow down. You're
I know. I'm trying to get the questions.
Sorry. Yeah, Nate, what's up with that? You sent me that message about a package, and I was like, what is he sending me?
Cricket says ceramic towel is not absorbent. I use travertine exclusively. I'm not sure what travertine is.
We have names in here. This isn't the original. Where's the original? What's over there? So we had a couple of prizes that weren't claimed, and I'm not waiting any longer. So I'm going to draw some names today. So if you're already in the drawing, your name is still in here. Look, still in here. So I'm going to turn it this way while I grab one.
Welcome, Shelly. Glad first time.
Grab those two prizes. So you didn't know this was going to happen tonight. So here's a surprise.
Which one do you want to do first?
Give me the jewelry. Okay, so the first one I'm going to draw is going to be for this necklace. It is a skin necklace with resin. Okay, here it comes.
Thank you, Kathy. Appreciate your support.
Carol Jones. Carol Jones, you have 1 week to contact me, either Facebook or email ChristinaWelchArt@yahoo.com. And that's for this necklace.
Carol Johnson said she got her notification while she was grocery shopping and rushed home to watch. Well, thank you for joining us, Carol. Hope you get everything you needed.
Get rid of those.
Hello, Amy from Pittsburgh. Glad you could join us. We got AP Bear joining us from the Caribbean.
Awesome.
Welcome.
Okay, so here's a painting that I am replacing the other one with because the other one got a drop of resin on it, I just noticed, and we are going to fix that. But in the meantime, this will be the next prize.
And while you're drawing, there's another question from Becky. She wants to know, on your jewelry, does the resin top look better than the little glass top that you get?
It's a personal preference. The resin does not dome up as high as the cabochons. LT White. LT White, you have 1 week to contact me. I'll put all the information in the description box after this video loads for correspondence.
Amy said she's new to acrylic pouring, and she's glad she found us on YouTube. We're glad you could join us.
Okay. So if I didn't pull your name's in here for the next drawing. And if you enter again, you'll get another entry in there. But I'm leaving everybody's names in there because you guys have been so awesome.
Shanae's like, pick me, pick me.
So another thing I wanted to show you guys, Ellen and I went to Dollar General the other night.
How many?
Well, we went to a lot of Dollar Generals after we found one. We found one strainer. It's called a Deluxe Strain Guard. These are $1 at Dollar General. So if you have a Dollar General, you might be able to find them. We went to
Check the dollar bins.
4 or 5. They're in the dollar section where they have those little values. If you find them, you're lucky because we couldn't find any more, just the one.
And it wasn't even in the right place.
No.
She loves me because I found it.
I do. I love you anyway, silly.
Sue Robinson's got a question. Doesn't matter what kind of resin you use, and what is your favorite resin?
My favorite is Stone Coat. Stone Coat. And not because they're sponsoring my channel, but because of all the resins I've used. This was the first one that didn't smell, and it stays where you put it. when you move it with your hands, it just stays there. It's not running all over the place. Some of them are so watery.
Okay. Carol Johnson wants to know, how do you enter the drawing?
We're going to be doing a 30,000 subscriber giveaway. Ellen and I are going to get ready to make that announcement. And you'll tune into that video. It won't be a live. It'll just be a video. And all the information will be there how to enter. That's the word I was looking for, enter.
And Deborah said she was at Big Lots and bought one yesterday for $1.49.
Wow. I bought all different kinds, but they're not like those. So I'm going to wet my rag with a little more alcohol.
Lisa's got a question. Have you used EX74?
No, I have not.
Thank you, Nate. Appreciate your continued support.
So I have my base. I'm going to clean it with alcohol first to make sure there's no grease or anything on there that would make the paint not stick.
Okay. Amy wants to know, are you on Instagram?
I am, but I don't post a lot, but I am on there.
And Danny's got a question. I've heard that you can use 3 parts glue to 1 part water and then add your paint. Is that true?
Well, actually, I used to do 2 parts glue to 1 part water and then add that to my paint. But I don't use water anymore. Water breaks down the binder, and I want my paint to be actual paint. The Floetrol is just conditioning it. It's not watering it down.
Cricket's having... Thank you, Terry, and thank you, Shanae. I appreciate your support. Cricket's having problems with the comments to the side of the video instead of below it. Anybody can help her out on that? You should be able to click and just drag it to the side.
We have that problem when we're watching, too. Sometimes the comments are down below, and you can't watch the video and comment at the same time.
We got Sue Robinson asking, what is your best pigment for making cells?
White.
White?
White. Because anything that you put with white, if white's on the top, it's going to sink through and it's going to make cells. White's not going to sit on top of your paint. White or black.
We got Mercedes joining us from Jacksonville. Welcome, Mercedes.
Okay. So I got a few new colors in this week. I got a Lucas Krill. It's called Indian Yellow. It's kind of an orangey yellow. It's really pretty. Reminds me of fall already. And then I mixed up some Creative Inspirations Cad Yellow. Lucas Permanent Violet. I'm not sure how dark this is going to dry because it was pretty dark coming out of the bottle. But, of course, when you mix it with Floetrol, it lightens it right up. And then I got a Lucas Green Earth. And that's really pretty, too.
We got Stacy joining us from Oregon. And Shirley's wondering how I keep up with the comments.
Oh.
I pick my moments. That's all I can say.
And I'm going to tell you, if you guys have a question, type it all in caps so we don't miss it. Because I went through last week and we missed a lot of questions last week. And I'm really feeling bad about that.
Okay. Sue says she meant about the brand of the pigment. Do you have a particular brand that you're...
I use several brands. I use Lucas Krill, which... Hand me a bottle, Elle. Any one of those is...
Any of these?
Yeah. Which you can find at Jerry's Artorama. This is one of my favorite paints. This and the Soho. And then I do use the Soho, which is right there. The tube.
The tube.
Yeah. Ellen, the tube. Tube.
Oh.
Not bottle, tube. Soho Acrylics is the Urban Artist Collection. These pigments are amazing. You don't need a lot to make your paint.
Okay. Hope that answers your question, Tara. Or I'm sorry. That was Amy. Let's see. Tara wants to know, did you say 1 part glue and 1 part paint? But then you mentioned Floetrol.
And then 2 to 4 parts Floetrol. So if you're doing an ounce of color with an ounce of glue, you're going to add 2 to 4 ounces of Floetrol. You want the consistency. It's not going to matter. There's no perfect recipe. I have a paint mixing video in my playlist under the tutorials. If you want more information, just watch that. It'll explain it all, and it shows you how to check your paint too for consistency.
Okay, we got question. What is RGE ratio of paint to Floetrol? I think we just covered that, didn't we? RGE.
I don't know what she's asking.
We got Dermot joining us from Scotland. It's 2:25 a.m. in Scotland. Welcome, Dermot. Glad you could join us. Hope I pronounced your name correctly.
Shirley, what are you looking? Somebody's looking for a coupon. Who's looking for a coupon? Shelly. Oh, Hobby Lobby coupons. Yeah, good luck with that. Finding that free shipping code. I can never find one. I think I damaged them. So I'm going to go ahead. I had a little bit of yellow left over, so I'm going to use that too.
Appreciate everybody typing in too, and some of the questions I'm missing.
Answering. My mods are answering questions. It's awesome. When that screen gets flowing, Ellen gets flustered. I think I'll throw a really light turquoise. How about a light blue? And some Prussian blue. Let's do an iridescent one. So we're going to do an acrylic pour over a vase. And if you watch Mixed Media Girl, Mercy, she lets the paint flow onto a canvas so she's not wasting any. So that's what I'm going to do too.
Maria says, the better part of my day is when I'm watching you.
Aw,
thank you.
Thank you. I loaded a lot of videos this past week too. Oh, and I'm going to tell you something. That resin painting, I have to go get it because it's for sale and I want you guys to see how it dried.
Okay, we got Bored Brainless here from Texas. Did the first pour and her kids tried it too. Great, that's wonderful. That's what we're here to try to do, is inspire people, and I'm inspired by everyone here too.
Yes, because Alan's a newbie.
I'm a newbie. I've done 5 paintings. Tonight will be number 6.
Okay, guys, this is how she dried.
Now, does anybody see the elephant in the room?
So when I was doing this video, do you remember me like pointing over here? Well, I didn't see it, but Alan says here's an elephant with the trunk. But when I looked at it, I saw a polar bear head. So this painting is $60 if anybody's interested in purchasing. And she's ready to go, so she's ready to ship.
Dim says, can see the elephant.
Yeah, I don't
There's
see.
also a bird.
Where's the bird?
The bird with the beak.
Where's the bird with the beak?
The beak is right here.
Oh, if I turn it around?
This is the bird's head.
Like a peacocky thingy? Like the head here and the peacocky feathers? It's like a Yorkie turkey.
Show them where somebody can't see where the elephant is.
Oh. Here's the head.
With the eye.
With the eye, and here's the trunk.
Lisa says she sees a penguin.
Above it? Yeah.
And Allie says we're giving Rorschach a run for his money. Oh, you got a couple of people saying the peacock.
Yeah, when I turned it the other way.
Kingfisher bird.
So if you're interested in purchasing, send me a message or email at ChristinaWelchArt@yahoo.com. And she's ready to go, so she can go out tomorrow.
Bored Brainless wants to know if you posted a video of the painting you called the Dragon Eye. You did have that on. That was in the live, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a live, and that painting is still available too.
And Stacy's got a question. What made you start this style of art?
I had a friend. One of my friends was doing it, and I saw some of her stuff, and I thought, that looks like fun. So I started doing it. Even though I've always dabbled in art, but this is the dragon eye. There's the eye. And that one is available as well.
The amazing thing about acrylic art and acrylic pouring is that people will see things that other people will not see.
I know. People say to me, "Oh, did you see that?" And I'm like, "I don't see that."
So
we need to move Alexa. Oh, she's going to turn on. Because I called her name. Alexa was playing piano music for you guys while we were getting ready.
Okay, Carol Johnson. Thank you, Terry, for the comment on the dragon eye. It wasn't mine, though. I can tell you that. Carol wants to know, how much is the dragon eye?
That is a 11 by 14. So that one's $75.
That is resin coated too.
And that is resin coated. I believe there's 2 coats on that one. Okay, so I did spray a little WD-40 in the cup because I want that paint to come out. I'm going to put all the paint on one side. So I'm going to start with a little bit of white.
And Sue's got a question. How do you prepare your canvases before you pour resin?
Oh. Same as we do when we paint them. I put painter's tape down and push pins. And if I'm doing a bigger canvas, I will put foam board in the back to support it. And then I tape it to the side so it's not going to dip.
Okay, Rona Lynn's joining us from Cypress, Texas. Welcome, Rona.
As long as they're gessoed, you're fine to go ahead. You can sand it a little bit to get the roughness off. Some people spray paint them. I just bought some spray paints in different colors. I'm going to try a few of those coming up in the next several weeks. And or you can paint it with acrylic paint if you want it black or turquoise or whatever color you want it.
Tara's got a quick question. She wants to know, how do you keep your bottles so clean?
I wipe them off. I have OCD. Sorry, guys.
She also recruits me.
Yeah, not to clean my bottles off. To clean them out, yeah.
Okay. Ina's got a question. What type of gloss do you use for coasters that would be heat resistant?
They have one. It's engine enamel if you want to spray on. You can pick that up at Walmart in the automotive department. Hang on a second and I'll show it to you because I do have some.
Okay, and Trina's asking, is that latex spray paint?
No.
I think when you were talking about the paint that you bought this weekend.
It's all flat. You want to use flat paint when you're doing resin so you don't get any fish eyes.
Okay, Jerry's joining us from East Avon, New York.
Avon, New York. I know where that's at, I think. What's that?
Buffalo.
I think it might be on the way to Rochester from Olean. I'm originally from Olean. He probably knows where that's at.
Nope.
No?
We got, let's see. Must be up around Syracuse. As Cricket says, she's from Syracuse. Okay, there was a question about, let's see. Shanae wants to know, can you do a coaster video?
I can. I will do that. I can probably tag that on with a, actually it'll be 2 because I'll do one acrylic pouring on coasters and then we'll do how to finish them off. So I will do that for you guys.
Okay, Dermot's got a question. When I resin my painting, I cannot get the blue painter's tape off easy as it is bonded with the flow of resin. Help.
Are you taking the tape off the next day or are you waiting too long? Because if I wait more than a day, it's a struggle. But you know, with the stone coat, I'm not having that problem at all. It's coming right off.
Okay. Jerry says Avon's up on the way to Rochester.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, because I know there's Rome, New York, and then there's Avon, and yeah.
Trina's leaving us to feed the kitties.
Bye, Trina.
Hermit
Okay.
says next day.
Next day, and he's having trouble. I don't know, maybe try a different kind of painter's tape. I just buy that stuff at Dollar General, and I am not having any problems at all. Okay, so I have a half a cup of paint. That should be enough to cover this vase. And if we need some white on the edges, we can always pour it on.
Deborah says she would love to see a video on jewelry with skins.
I'm going to do that this week, actually. I was getting all my skins together yesterday. So we're just going to start on the very top here.
And Kendra asked, do you have to sand it?
Sand the canvas. I don't know what she wants. What she's asking, sand the vase? No. I just cleaned it with alcohol.
Yep. Deborah, keep an eye out. You'll be notified when Tina posts new videos for the one on the skins, the jewelry with the skins.
If you're on my Facebook page, I can probably give you guys a heads up.
Okay. Violetta asked, have you tried the wooden circles for coasters?
I have not. I don't think they're thick enough. I like the tiles. And I did get some silicone molds today to try to make some with inks. So I'll have a video on that as well. This way. So we're going to let this just go ahead and flow because it's all going to change.
I think Nate has a little OCD too. He sets his alarm for 5 hours and then comes back and takes the tape off when he uses resin.
Yeah. The sooner you can get it off, the better.
Welcome back, Gina. Sorry you got bumped. Pam wants to know, what do you mix with glue if you no longer use water?
I don't mix anything with it. I let the Floetrol thin out the paint. If you're not using Floetrol, though, you can use a little bit of water, but I wouldn't do more than 30% because then you're breaking the binder down. I like my paint on the thick side.
Kendra has left her tape on for, it looks like 48 hours. She wants to know, should I sand the tape off?
No. No, you can peel it back. If you have to, you can use a little cutter to take that very edge. Just be careful you don't cut your canvas. And if you're doing coasters, it should come right off. I have no problem with the coasters at all. But like I said with the stone coat, I have had no issues at all.
Deborah Dean's got a question. What do you use to thin out your heavy body paint?
Same thing, glue and Floetrol. You'll end up using more Floetrol, but you'll get more paint too. So because the pigment is so high on those paints that you're just getting twice as much paint. So I think we might be done dripping. Nope, not yet.
Sherry's telling Kendra, I consider a jackhammer to get tape off my coasters. Sherry, I don't think I would recommend that.
So when this vase dries, which will be a day or two, I'll post a picture of it on Facebook. So as long as you clean it with alcohol first, you can just go ahead and do an acrylic pour right over it. Set it on a cup so that it's not dripping directly onto your table or canvas. Because it has to drip.
Okay, she's not having an issue with regular pours. It's just the resin. Just the resin that she coated with.
Are you using Stone Coat, or are you using Envirotex or Pro Marine or Art Resin? I'm not real familiar with Pro Marine or Art Resin for resin coating. I have used East Coast and I have used Envirotex, but I'll tell you what, after Stone Coat, I'm not going back to any of that stuff.
Okay, Ian's got a question. How do you store your paintings?
I keep tissue paper between them, or glassine, or anything that's kind of shiny so they don't stick together. Resin paintings will not stick together if you cure them 3 days first. Varnished paintings, you should wait at least a week at the very least before you stack anything face to face. But I do them face to face and then back to back so that I can fit more paintings in a box, and I have boxes full and they don't stick.
Okay, Cricket's asking, what kind of vase did you use?
It's just a glass vase from the dollar store. So I'm going to give it a little torch and see if we get any cells. Hopefully I won't pop it.
Okay, Melinda says she's in Australia and having a hard time finding Floetrol.
Yeah, Floetrol is hard to get in Australia. There are some Aussie artists on here. If you're watching their channels, ask them what they're using.
Okay, Danny's asking, where do you buy Stone Coat? It's a good question.
I have the link below in the description box, and I also have a code where you'll get $30 off your first order. Their metallics are beautiful too.
That's a 37% savings.
Right. So if you spend $85, like order 2 of the metallics, and then the art coat, it's the 1/4 gallon, so you get a 1/2 gallon. It comes out to $85. You get $30 off, but you do have to pay shipping. Okay, so I'm going to move that, and once I move it, it's getting moved for good.
Kim said she hopes the learning curve isn't too steep.
For what?
Let me go back.
For resin or for acrylic?
Her airbrush.
Oh, the
She
airbrush.
just ordered it.
Oh, yeah, the airbrush is so much fun. I remember when I bought my airbrush. Okay, she's getting moved.
Carol's got a good point. Stone Coat has videos on YouTube. They teach you how to do your countertops with the product.
Yep,
They're also experimenting with some paintings, aren't they?
Yeah, they have been doing a little bit of artwork. They have live every Tuesday, I believe.
Lisa wants to know, do you ever pour with resin?
I'm going to be doing a dirty pour this week with resin. So we have all this paint left here from that vase, so we're going to go ahead and make that into a painting.
Okay, Carol Duran says, could you please do a video explaining to all of us how to use opaque, transparent, and translucent paint? I understand what they are, but I do not know how to use them in pours. Help a girl out.
Let me give that some thought. That's really in depth, and it's just going to confuse a lot of people.
Cricket says, I've heard that term before, dirty pour, but what does it mean?
Putting all your color in one cup. That's a dirty cup. So you can either flip it or you can pour it.
Good night, Linda. I know 3:30 comes awfully early. Have a good evening. Glad you could join us. Okay, Barbara's got a question. Hi guys, how do you mix their metallics from Stone Coat?
It all depends how much resin you're mixing it into. That envelope is for a full cup of resin, like 16 ounces. So I just take one little popsicle stick and just use the tip and start that way because you don't want to put too much in.
Hema says she's started watching these videos and it looks so fun, but scared to actually do it. Don't be scared.
Don't be scared. Dive right in.
And of course, Allie adds a little bit of humor saying you have to do dirty pours after dark. Good comment, Allie. Give me a thumbs up on that one. Okay, Deborah wants to know what size is this canvas?
It's an 8x10. I don't normally do anything this small on Monday nights, but I just wanted to not waste paint on that base. Yeah, you guys definitely want to stick around for Alan's pour because I was going to do it this week, but he's going to do it tonight. And it rained again this weekend. We're never going to get to do his little secret pour.
Terry says she does dirty pours when no one's looking. Taravia's got to leave tonight. Good night, Taravia.
Good night.
Thank you for joining us.
So that's it for that one. I'm hoping that dark green teal color will dry a lot darker and bring that yellow up. And of course, we made it green, and there's some cells in there, and it's developing, so it's going to be interesting. Okay. I'll show you this one next week.
Becky's got a question for you. She's having trouble keeping the edges perfect when I tilt and move. Any suggestions how to keep my fingers off the edges? Wanda, glad you could join us.
I go underneath as much as I can, and I try to hold the corners with my thumbs. It's just practice. There's nothing here worth picking up for skin, so it's going bye-bye. I need to make some white.
Thank you for choosing us as your favorite art channel. It's our favorite art channel too, but we do watch others.
We do watch a lot of other people.
Okay, Dermot's got, how do you work out the amount of resin to use over your painting, and is there a formula to use?
Stone Coat is 3 ounces per square foot, if that helps you. Art Resin has a chart on their website, and I use that chart for painting. I just double it. Paint's different than resin, so.
Board Brainless wants to know, is the Dragon Eye on the Etsy shop?
Not yet.
Could not find it when
Nope,
we looked
not
for a
yet.
week ago.
I have not listed anything new because I'm trying to get the stuff that's on there gone. That's why I keep running sales, but we're going to end up having a live auction on the 19th.
So
and
please mark that on your calendars.
Mark it on your calendars. It's a Sunday, and we're going to start at about 7 probably. And we'll go. I think I have 20 paintings that I'm going to pull for the auction. If it goes fast, we'll do more. And we're going to try to do that like every other weekend on a Sunday, just to move some paintings out so that we can get the new stuff listed. And our inventory is so high out here. We actually took over the whole garage this weekend. So we have no spare space.
Barbara's got a question. How do you know how much paint or art resin for what size canvas? So if you were going to use a, say, 12 by 12 canvas,
right?
How would you know how much paint or resin to use on that?
Paint, I would use 6 ounces. And resin, if you're just doing a coating, 3 ounces. But if you're going to do a design with resin, you definitely want to go probably to 6 ounces to be on the safe side. Because you have sides, too, that you have to cover.
Gina remembers the pourage.
Yes, this is our pourage. No longer a garage, it's a pourage. Okay, what's next, Boo? The
Next
11?
is your oval 11 by 14 flip and drag.
I have tons of these now. I ordered a bunch and they all came in. So you'll be seeing a lot of these. I can't wait to do a resin piece on an oval.
Now, do you want to explain where you came up with where you purchased the ovals from?
Oh, Hobby Lobby. They had them 50% off last week. So I happened to hit it a couple weeks ago and I ordered, was it 7 16 by 20s? So every Sunday I go in and I check to see if these are on sale. And I just happened to hit it last week and I bought
A boatload.
not a boatload, not really. I bought 5 8 by 10s that I want to use for airbrush flowers. And I bought these 11 by 14s that I can do mini flip and drags on, that you can hang this way instead of this way. So, and then I bought a bunch more 16 by 20s because they just look so pretty. And I'll show you the one I did.
Beth wants to know, have you seen the hexagon at Hobby Lobby?
No,
No.
don't tell me about any more canvas. So this was the string pull that I did the video on. This is Payne's gray background. I love how it pulled the blues into those flowers.
Unfortunately, the canvas or the camera doesn't do justice to the
No,
actual
and when I am going to definitely resin this because it is so pretty. I just love the blue in there.
Eamon's asking, curious if the vase is a keeper.
Yeah, it's slowly dripping.
Beth says you gotta do the hexagons. Says they're gorgeous.
I'll have to try, see if I get one and try it. So this is my white base paint. This does not have PVA in it. It's just 1 cup of paint, 2 cups of Floetrol, and about 2/3 cup of water. You want it to pour like coffee creamer, melted ice cream, somewhere like that. Not as thick as the paint that you use for painting because you will run into problems if you don't get it thin enough. You want it to flow.
Dermot wants to know, is there another way to seal your painting other than resin?
Yeah, you can use varnish. You can spray varnish it, or you can use Liquitex varnish or Minwax polyacrylic. There's a lot of different varnishes out there.
Eileen says she uses Liquitex high gloss varnish.
Yep, I have Liquitex too. You can also, and I'm sure you've heard it other places besides here, you can add 10% water to your Liquitex varnish and you can pour it on. You can tilt it and pour it. I have not tried it yet. I've been wanting to. I've been so busy resining that I don't pay any attention to varnish anymore, and I really need to do some paintings this week. So I will try it, and we'll show it Monday and see how it looks.
Sally says she's just getting home and tuning in. Welcome, Sally. Glad you could join us. You didn't miss everything.
Nope, you only missed the base pour.
And the drawings.
And the drawings, yeah. Okay, let me pop some bubbles. There's a few things that I need to teach Alan how to do. One is how to fill this.
We have a troll.
We have a troll. Now you just click on the little bar next to their name. Kind of okay. Remove. Yeah, you don't want to put them in timeout. Because they'll just come back. A lot of times they'll go make another ID. Oh, I want to tell you guys something. Is Lori here?
Welcome, Jerry.
Is Lori Timmerman here?
Haven't seen Lori.
Okay. So Lori Timmerman's been making some videos. She's new. She did a pour video the other night, and she used the acrylic oil that is for sale on Amazon. I took it off my page immediately. Her oil started on fire when she torched it. So that is no longer available in my Amazon shop. So the only silicone that I am suggesting is the treadmill silicone. This one here. Or if you don't want to use this, the dimethicone. Because I know these don't start on fire. I had never bought the acrylic oil. I just saw it, thought I'd add it because a lot of times it's out of stock. Please don't use it. When I saw her painting start on fire, I said, nope, I went right to Amazon, took it off. So anything that I use here is in my Amazon shop, and I've already used it, so I know it's good. If it doesn't work, I take it down. I will not put it up there.
Okay. Dermot wants to know if we do a live video at 7, what time will it be there in the UK? I believe UK is 4 or 5 hours
Ahead of us?
Ahead of us.
Ahead of us.
Okay, and we got Lisa joining us. She said she's new to this, second week watching. She says she's in love.
Good.
She wants to know what a troll is.
A troll is someone who has to be obnoxious and post nasty things during a live. And that's why we have moderators. If you see people with the blue highlights and the little wrench, those are my moderators, and they'll get rid of them. Because they can come in and say some pretty nasty things. I have a lot of words blocked that they can't put up there. A lot of times I miss some nasty words, but I keep adding them to the list. So we're going to try this new violet I got today. And I think I'm going to mix it with some, let's see, some cerulean blue.
Ward Brainless wants to know, would it be possible to make the string pull to make a peacock feather?
You could probably do it.
It'd be a little tricky.
Tracy Henry does some where she just uses one piece of string and she pulls. You would have more control that way. I mean, it doesn't hurt to try. Try it on a tile that you can just wash off if you don't like it. You know, just do a couple of swatches to see if it's going to work. And I would try it.
Okay, and Cricket wants to know, do you have to torch? She doesn't have one.
No, you can use a heat gun. A lot of people have those little embossing guns that they use. You want to get those air bubbles out. You can tap your painting and try to get them to come to the top. But if you're using silicone, you really want to torch it or heat gun it to bring that silicone up to make those cells. Yep, to make the cells. So I think I'm going to mix those with black. I want it to be bold.
Melinda says she uses a barbecue lighter.
Yep, barbecue lighter. I've seen people use that too. Yep. So I sprayed my cup with the WD-40 silicone spray. You can get this at Walmart or on my Amazon shop. On a flip and drag, I wipe it in because I don't need any more cells. It's not like I'm doing a pour. So when I wipe it in, it just releases the paint so I can use it all because I don't use a lot of paint on a flip and drag. So when I'm measuring my paint for a flip and drag, now this is an 11 by 14, so I don't want a lot of paint. But if you put your pinky at the bottom of your cup, do not go over the pinky. That'll be too much paint. So I'm just going to try to use 1 tablespoon of each color.
Okay. Carol Johnson's got a question. Can you use a hairdryer set on high?
No, I wouldn't. It'll dry your paint. and then you'll have a skin coat.
And Barbara wants to know, can you use too much heat on your pours?
Yeah, if your paint starts to bubble and smoke, you want to move it fast. You don't want to stay in one place too long.
Now the hairdryer will blow the paint around.
Yeah, it will.
And we've actually seen some videos of people using hairdryers too.
We've seen some funny videos. So when you use the WD-40, all your paint drops to the bottom. That way you know when your paint is down and you're ready to go ahead and start dragging.
Lori has joined us.
Is Lori here?
Yeah.
Lori, I was just talking about you, girlfriend, about your acrylic oil starting on fire.
Carol Johnson says her husband's just going to have to share his heat gun. Well, I suggest you just buy him a new one.
I have them in my Amazon shop. They're not that expensive.
Eddie has joined us.
Hi, Eddie. So I'm going to go ahead and start dragging this. I lost my glue.
Lori says she thinks she was too close and the butane light went back on itself.
Either that or it was the oil. It looked like it was the oil to me. But I took it down. I'm not selling it anymore on my Amazon shop. I don't trust it. I haven't used it.
Cecilia wants to know, don't you get WD-40 from your gloves on canvas when you wipe your cup?
No, I wipe my hand off after I do that. I keep a big container of baby wipes right here next to my table.
And Sarah said she's found this channel last month and completely fallen in love with this art form. Your work is such an inspiration.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. Glad you enjoy it. Hope
There's
you
a
are
lot
inspired.
of artists out there. If you guys are new, definitely you'll get addicted watching everybody, and you'll find your favorites. I'm all over the place. I watch everybody, so.
Okay. Lisa says she can't find your Amazon shop.
There's a link below in the description box. Just click on that and it'll take you, it'll open a separate window and take you to Amazon, to my shop.
Thank you, Shirley. She says, you're my favorite.
Thank you. You know, I could put that gunmetal in here. That would have been prettier than the black, I think.
Sally recommends Anne-Marie Ritterhoff.
Anne-Marie's been around for a long time. She does use more expensive products, though. I mean, I'm not saying anything bad about her. I love her. I watch her all the time.
Melinda says she was up till 4 a.m. watching all your different pours. Melinda, do you sleep?
We don't sleep much, do we?
No, don't sleep too much. Sandra Lett is also a good.
Yeah, Sandra Lett.
Newbies.
Heather Wright. Ann Osborne. Last week when I did that double bottle bottom where I put the one underneath, I misspoke. Her name is not Karen Hughes, it's Erica. Erica Hughes is one that I've been watching.
Mixed Media Girl.
Oh,
yep.
Definitely Marcy from Mixed Media Girl. Yep.
Marcy just hit the 100,000 subscriber. Congratulations, Marcy.
She deserves it. She puts a lot of videos out there just like we do.
Okay. Cricket's got a question. Can you do a partial pour and go back after it dries and do more?
You got to be careful with that because then you're talking about laying paint on top of paint and you may get some cracking.
Sherry recommends Michelle Edhouse.
Mickey Art, yes. Gosh, we were just talking about this the other day. Who all do we watch? There's so many that we watch. He's sitting here thinking, who do we watch?
Good night, Amy.
I'm just going to go ahead and push this out with my airbrush. So if you just got an airbrush, practice, practice, practice on tile till you get that lip and learn how to push it out. And if you don't want to use an airbrush, you can use a straw.
Miriam Nature.
Oh, Miriam's Nature. Yep.
Debbie Coles.
Yep, Debbie. They branch out and do other things besides acrylic pouring too. So you can learn a lot of new mixed media.
Kristen O.
Oh, Kristen, definitely. She's the one that had the wing pour. Everybody watches Kristen. I would hope they do anyway. I love her. I love watching her.
Amy was watching you upside down on an inversion table or an inversion machine.
Are my inversion tables back here too? No, I'm not doing a pour while I'm hanging on the inversion table. Sorry.
And or Mickey Art.
Yeah, that's Michelle.
Melinda.
Nikki James Birch.
Linda said she's got to go. She's got to feed her grandson.
Bye, hon.
Good night, Melinda. Thank you for joining us.
So I'm just pushing out little bits. Now, that little piece that I just pushed out, let me show you what that did. You see how it just selled out completely on that white? That's the look that I love with the airbrush.
Okay, we got Rosa joining us from the Canary Islands. Welcome, Rosa. Rosa Manuel. Let's see. Christine says, "You're my inspiration. First time I caught you live." Well, welcome, Christine. Glad you could join us. Dermot, have a good evening. Glad you could join us. Go let the dogs out.
Yep, we'll be uploaded after we're done, so you can always catch the rest on the video.
Okay, Ann Sterner says, "I have a lot of unglazed bisque-fired tiles. Can I pour acrylics directly on them, or should I prime them?"
Unbisqued.
Unbisqued.
They're not fired yet? Is that
Unglazed bisque-fired
they're bisque.
tiles.
They have to be fired.
Do they need to be primed?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
We haven't tried.
Because we just wipe our tiles with alcohol that are already glazed. So.
Pam Stallings has to leave.
Hi, Pam.
Good night, Pam. Thank you for joining us.
So I think that's what I'm going to leave it as right there, because it's got a lot of interesting movement through here. I love this top edge. Let me give it one more torch.
For a close-up. Allie's reading your mind. Or you're reading hers.
Let me turn it around and I'll show you this edge. I like this edge a lot. I like this edge a lot.
Good night, Michelle from Denmark. We'll see you next Monday. Thank you for joining us.
So see, you could hang it this way, or you could hang it this way. That's the nice thing with the oval, too, because it's pretty either way. It's hung. You're not square cornered, you know. So I'm going to go ahead and move this. And Alan, you're up.
No.
Yes.
You got 8x20 dirty pour.
No, you're going to go next. Wait for you.
Changing the programming.
No, I'm not. That's just what I wrote down. We bought, was it 12 by 9 by 12 new piece of linoleum to put down on the garage floor, and I filled it.
Not only did she fill it,
I what?
we have a hard time maneuvering in the
like
pourage.
It's a pourage maze is what it is.
Allie's rooting for me to paint.
I'm rooting for him too. Oops, that's a different cap. He had an awful time picking out what he wanted to do until he decided today. Every day I'm like, Alan, what are you gonna do? I don't know.
What size canvas are we using?
There's 20 canvases that are prepped behind you. You pick any size you want. I would suggest something square. That's too small. There should be a 14 over on the rack. Chucks. They're amazing. Just fold it up, throw it away.
You said you got 15 by 14 square.
Yeah, I'll get you one. Go ahead and get your can.
You know, our audience keeps growing every week.
I know
I'm
it.
getting more. I'm getting nervous more and more each week.
Terry's like, Ellen. You guys ever see that video with was it a prairie dog? Ellen. He gets ribbed so bad, and he's in a cubicle at work, so it's like the prairie dogs. Here you go, honey. We have plenty of white, so base paint. I don't have any white for pouring though. We'll have to use pearlescence. Okay. 40 by 40.
Who said that?
Nate.
Nate.
We did get some birch boards and some canvas at Ross Saturday, which was surprising. Ellen got two, were they 24 by 30?
24 by 30.
Yeah, they were $5.99.
It's amazing where you can find different supplies.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need a base paint.
Yeah, use that up.
Okay, looking for some suggestions for colors.
Go ahead and get your white down first, because I saw a girl do a toilet tank cover. She did a pour on it. It was absolutely beautiful. So now every time I go in and look at my toilet, it's like I should pour paint on there.
Oh my goodness.
You could seal it with resin. It would never come off. You could use probably a Lysol wipe. I don't think it would hurt it any. Becky, you can use cardstock to pour on. Board Brainless wants to see pastel colors like flesh pink and kiwi green and lemon yellow. The pour that he's doing, he's going to have to go bold because he is pouring through a contraption. Let's just take that cover off for you. Yeah, that toilet tank cover was gorgeous. Peggy, I use black, I use Payne's gray, I use turquoise green, whatever I'm feeling for a pour.
Okay, so what do we got for colors?
Look in the monitor, make sure you're centered because you don't want it to run. That looks pretty good. All right, so you're going to do a dirty pour, correct? You don't want to do, yeah, I wouldn't do individual colors. And if you're doing string or yarn pulls, you can do that over a dirty pour. You just have to make sure you can get that dirty pour as thin as possible so you don't pull too much of it off with the string. So Alan's waiting for some color
Some
suggestions.
yellow and lime green from Shirley, turquoise from Gina, gold, purple, and teals. Should we go with some bold colors?
Cricket, that's a great idea. I didn't think of that. Those
What
for
was that?
sale signs to pour on the back of them. If they do, they peel right off.
Metallic.
Thanks for watching, Mary Ellen. I hope you're learning everything you need to know to get started. If there's something that's missing, let me know. Yeah, I like the yarn too, Mylene. It just gives it a whole different look than string. I like the chain too, the ball chain, like the stuff on the ceiling fans. I need to do a couple more of those. Now that I have all these ovals, I'm going to be doing a lot more of them.
Okay, so I've chosen Artist Loft Cerulean Blue, Blick's Deep Violet, need a green.
Need some darker too.
Something darker.
Yeah, a darker blue or a darker purple.
How about Soho's Dioxazine Violet?
Welcome, Carrie.
No one's suggesting orange.
Nate's saying lime.
Green. I hear green, yes. A lime green. How about phthalo yellow green?
Yep, that'll work.
Okay.
Yeah, Diana. Problem with me is I can't go out and shop by myself because of my anxiety attacks. So Alan has to go with me, and when I say I need to stop at Michael's, he doesn't question me anymore. So, and now that he's painting, it's so much better.
Okay, and I'm gonna go with the deep browns too.
Okay. Use a paper cup so that you can layer them.
Okay, so I have Craftsmart's deep browns, Brumbacher's phthalo yellow green.
Don't shake them too much because your cells will be too small. And I already used the cerulean, so it's already shook.
Soho's Dioxazine Violet, Blick's Deep Violet,
It's nice when your husband will support your addiction, or your wife if you're a dude watching. I always say dude, sorry. We were at Harbor Freight a few weeks ago getting a workbench, and I was like, hey, dude. Alan just looked at me like, did you just call him dude?
Okay, and you said go with a cup. Any particular order that I should go in?
Cricket, these paints, we have paint wall. They're pre-mixed. Some of them have been here for over a month, so we really have to shake them. Everything I use is in bottles. See, Allie, I'm not the only one. She calls everyone dude. So why don't you call girls chick? Hey, chick. I thought you were using a paper cup.
I'm using a plastic cup
You
because I gotta wash
Did you
it
spray
out.
it?
No, I did not.
You want to start over?
No,
Okay. Your bronze is all going to be stuck in there.
I gotta learn from my mistakes.
Thank you, Carolyn. I love olive green, by the way. Don't put too much of each color because that purple next to that bronze, that's okay. I'm not saying a word.
Don't be afraid.
If you go to Dollar Tree, they have these cups, Kim. They're like, I think they're called infusion cups where you put like fruit inside of that and put it in your water. So this was the cup that we talked about last week. I stole the cup for my iced tea, so he can have the little thingy in the middle now.
You what? You stole it? Oh, she didn't actually.
Gina said you can call everybody Chicky. Hey, Chicky. Peeps.
Tina's afraid I'm going to have mud.
Hi, Nicole from Canada. I'm just watching the colors you're layering, that's all. I would give that a swirl, Alan, because
A swirl, is there any particular stick?
I'd do another layer, but not as thick.
And you would do that because?
Because I don't think you have enough paint to actually show something coming out of that cup. Because you got to pour it fast. And I'm talking like dumping it in there. If you go to Dollar Tree, they're called infusion cups. They're like a drink bottle. Can you show them that? If you see these cups, you'll find them. But it goes inside of that and it screws on the lid. And you put like your fruit in there when you're going to put it in water. But we took it out of the cup and Ellen's going to pour paint through it.
So we're going to see. You think I should give it a little swirl?
Peggy, I charge 30 cents per square inch for acrylic pours. If I resin them, I just add 20 to the price, no matter what size they are.
Okay.
I don't charge a lot for my paintings.
Here goes.
Ready?
Ready?
Here he goes. Pour fast.
One thing you'll notice is I did not use WD-40, and therefore I have quite a bit of
Stuck in
paint
your
still
cup.
stuck in my cup.
Flip it over on the pad, please. Thank you. I might be able to get skin on there. That looks really cool, Alan. I wonder what's going to happen when you lift that up. Because he's got 5 rows of holes on the sides of that tube. So I wanted it to come out of more than just the bottom row. So he'd get a whole different effect. That was for Beth. Sorry.
No, that's okay.
All right, I think you're empty. You can go ahead and lift that. I'd put your hand under it and then pick it up. You know what I mean? So it doesn't drip. Pick it up fast. There you go. He's such a good grasshopper.
Oh, you should see the skins on my hand.
Yeah, well, don't drip on your canvas, but you can show them.
I'm just kidding.
Is it mucky?
It's mucky.
Yeah, it's mucky. There's paper towels over there. If anybody has questions, I'm just going to remind you, just put them in caps so I catch them faster. And you can talk amongst yourselves.
Okay. I think I need to move it around a little.
Oh, yeah, you can stretch that right out. Dude. You can't leave it like that. It's so pretty. That was Craft Smart Deep Bronze. And I'm having a hard time getting that because the website is sold out and stores don't have it. It never fails. Every time I find a color I love, I can't get it anymore. Alan, this might be your best one yet. I did resin his first picture so that he could take it into work and show everybody.
A couple people thought that I was giving it away as a gift.
Yeah, they wanted it for free.
Those greens pop.
Eleanor, are you just starting a YouTube channel? I don't know. I started out in October, and a lot of girls will remember when I had 9 subscribers. You just might get one painting that goes into that suggested videos to watch, and then all hell breaks loose. That's all I can say, because we hit 28,000 yesterday, and we just shake our heads because we love everybody that watches us. The comments are so nice. We get a few rude comments, but we just brush it off. I ignore them. But just keep plugging along. Do a live if you have to get people to come in. What else?
No, never mind.
Use your cuppy hands, remember? I'm going to have to make you a corner catcher. Remember to fold your, look, my hand. Fold your hand like that. There you go. Thank you, Shelly. We're getting quite a few sponsors for the next drawing, and that's not until, did I say, November?
Correct.
November 1st, we'll draw that one. So if you donate through Super Chat, your name gets put into the drawing for the sponsor giveaway. And we really take good care of our sponsors. We have some great prizes for our sponsors. Yes, Allie. Use your cuppy hands, Allie. Carol, down below the chat, there's a smiley face and then a dollar sign. You can donate through there, or you can go to my PayPal link that's in the description and donate privately if you don't want your name up there. A lot of people do that too because they don't want their name showing that they're donating money. I see the lime green. Jane, when we're done, when this uploads and you're able to leave a comment below, that's a good one, Allie. What if everybody donated $1? Didn't we say that one night? Just leave a comment and I'll go click on your channel and check you out. And then I can probably get some people to go over and check you out too. Nate's working on his new channel. He's slowly building. I really like that, Alan. It's so pretty. Good, Nate. I love when you guys, if you have a channel and you put a new video up, because I always go watch them, as busy as I am. Thank you, Lisa.
Okay. Question is, should I leave that one white spot there?
No, you should get rid of that. If you have to, you can use a stick and pull it over if you don't want it to.
I don't want to use that green.
Use it here, use a skewer and just push paint over there.
I'm a mess.
That's okay. I don't care if you drip on the rug, just don't drip on the new linoleum yet. I did get a resin spot on it, by the way, last night, but it'll peel off. Eleanor says, cover it all. So, if you want to tip that.
What about the airbrush?
No, you're not ready for an airbrush yet.
I've done the airbrush.
I know you have. Ellie says, use your skewer hands, Alan. You don't want to push the white back in. No, 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 no. You're going to muddy it all up. Here, here. Let me fix it. Where you ruined it.
I can fix that.
You want to airbrush it out?
No.
I don't like what it's looking like right now. I tried that water thing, Deborah, and I couldn't handle that bucket of water next to me. I was so afraid I was going to trip over it or spill it. And I have no room out here at all. We are definitely a studio.
You have room. It's just vertical.
I need a little table like built right here. Katie, there's a PayPal link in the description if you want to donate through there, or down below chat, there's a $sign next to the emoji sign. Terry's telling me to help you. He's got it, Terry. He's got it.
Terry, have faith.
That's beautiful. That is going to be beautiful resin too, because that purple's going to get so much darker. I think you use more baby wipes than I do. And he picked a lot of those colors himself. That's what makes me proud. Because you picked that bronze all by yourself. And that's
somebody suggested it, so
that's going to be amazing when it dries. Thank you, Board Brainless. And we definitely do have fun. Ellie says, don't use your scissor hands, Alan. Gorgeous. Don't muddy it up.
Nice.
I know, Nate. He's going to have his own channel here pretty soon. Yeah, Cricket's Nature. I should do that. I really should. I've got to move some stuff around in my shop. I have it started like with gloves and all that stuff. And then I work into the pouring mediums and that stuff. And then we get down into canvases and then resin stuff. So my shop starts out at beginners and works its way down. We do get a lot of orders through Amazon. And the most that I see is from the very beginning of the list. So they are shopping and getting the necessary supplies. And I also have that tutorial up that shows you what you need to get started, and it's very basic.
Okay.
Did you clean off your bottom?
I did.
Now pick it up and show it because it's gorgeous up close. Tip it towards you and it'll take, there you go.
So it's popping on it.
I love that bronze in there and that lime green. It's just going to be so pretty when it's dry. Oh, I understand what you're saying, Cricket. Yeah.
Okay, to the drying rack.
Bye-bye painting. Okay, so while he's cleaning up, I want to talk to you guys about... Katie, you can. You just have to slide the little bar over. There's a little bar above the... I think it's above the $1.99. You just slide it to the right. I want to do something really cool for our 30,000 subscriber giveaway. Entering down below is not working for us because a lot of people don't claim their prizes. So what I want to do we're still thinking about it, but I think what I want you guys to do is possibly send me an email. Because I want to do at least 6 prizes for the 30,000 subscriber giveaway. And they're not going to be big paintings. They're just going to be things that fit, in a priority mailbox to keep costs down for us. Because sometimes when we mail a painting, it's like $20 to mail a painting. So we want to keep costs down so we can give out more prizes. But we'll have that announcement this week, probably this week, Thursday or Friday. And that's going to be a video, so everybody will see it. So we'll decide exactly how everybody's going to be entering.
There's some pretty cool skin over here.
You want me to pull something? Ooh. Let's see what you got. What's under the cup?
Haven't looked. Mud.
Mud. It's that bronze. It's not mud. It's just bronze. So if you're using the chalks, you want to keep an eye on that?
Yeah.
If you're using the chalks, you can. Oh, you didn't clean that very good. See, there's my my OCD.
You should have gloves.
Look it, he left paint on there.
I wasn't done cleaning, but
This was from earlier. I want to hear it. No excuses.
Cuppy husband.
Cuppy huppy.
When people donate, you get their email, correct?
Yes, I do. I get their email if they donate through PayPal. Yes, not from here. That's why I was thinking if they enter through my email, then I have their email. That's why I was thinking of doing it that way. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pull some of his perky paint right here. And this is photo paper. This is just a satin finish. I do not peel these off. Don't try to peel them off. You'll never get them off. And if you do, they'll be ripped. So I just pull and I swipe. And it's so pretty with cells. With just a little torch to bring up the rest. Gosh, that's pretty. So pretty, Ellie.
Goes on the collection tray.
Yeah, I've got some that I stacked 2 trays over top of each other and they didn't dry, the ones underneath, so.
You're not supposed to tell about your mistakes.
It's not a mistake, I just double stacked. But I have so many. I love that lime green, that's why I pulled that spot right there. Are you keeping an eye for questions? Okay. All right. So I pulled what wasn't muddy anyway.
Okay, Carolyn wants to know, is a plastic or metal thing you're using now the best?
The cake spatula. It's offset spatula that you use to frost cakes. I used to work at a bakery, so I used to go to the restaurant supply store and buy these things all the time. I got a lot of them. Here was the other thing that I was wondering about. To all my regulars that are here every Monday night. What if I did a bulk buy on bottles? Would you guys be interested in purchasing bottles directly from us? They'd be $1 a piece, but I'm not sure what the shipping would be.
Sherry says, now I know what to do with all those extra photo papers.
There you go. And you can get that photo paper probably at Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a Dollar Tree next to you, you can buy online, but you have to buy bulk.
Okay, Ellie wants to know, are we using library mail?
Using what?
Library mail?
Library mail?
So that's the cheapest.
Where'd you see that? Oh, I don't know what that means. Library mail.
Carol said she'd buy bottles. Lisa said yes.
And they would be these ones. I put a nail in them, but I found that if you buy these little skewers, they fit down in the hole, and you could put like hot glue ball on the top of that. I don't know, but I'm still thinking about it. Because if I order them, I'm going to order like 900 of them, because that's the best way to get it for shipping. Because the shipping is crazy expensive where I buy them from.
Cricket
So.
just elaborated. She said library rate is a cheaper way to send things.
Oh, like media mail.
Like,
Yeah.
Or priority mail.
Yeah. I don't think I've never.
Media mail.
I've
they
never.
have the right to open the packages.
Right,
To
and
see
it
if they're
takes
really
longer.
books
And media mail takes longer. I figure if someone's buying a painting from me, I want to get it to them within 2 or 3 days.
Now we sent Nate's out.
Nate got
had
his
it
quick.
within like
Yeah.
3 days of promoting across.
Kendra and Nate got theirs the same day. Okay, so I'm gonna do a dirty pour. We're gonna get messy up in here.
Okay, and Cricket says, okay, why the felt on the back again?
Oh, this is painter's tape. And I bought the metal push pins because when you're pounding them in and the tops break off, they don't with the metal. I don't know how easy they're going to be to get out, but I got pliers, right?
Eddie, you want to learn to paint?
Can you guys hear me okay? Because the mic is closer to Alan than it is to me.
Yes, on the photo bottles from Barbara. What do you use the photo paper for after you put the paint on it?
You can use it for jewelry. You just cut your circle out, put it in your bezel, and make jewelry. Let me show you. So you can cut it right out and put it inside of here. You glue it with like E6000, and then you can put resin on it. Or if you have the round ones, the 25 mil round ones, you can buy the glass cabochons. But if you're gluing the glass cabochons on, you definitely want to use like diamond glaze glue because it dries crystal clear. You won't see any glue marks, but I resin mine. So when I do them, I do like 10 at a time and just make a little bit of resin because you don't need a lot to fill these little pockets up. And I keep adding and torching. And then as soon as it's even, then I add a little bit more just to get a slight dome on it. Most of the times it ends up going flat, but it's hard to get a dome with resin.
Okay, Diane says, could you measure or do you know the measurements of the nails you put in the top of your paint bottles? I can answer that question.
You can?
Roofing nails.
They're roofing nails, galvanized roofing nails.
The key is making sure they're galvanized.
Right, but the last pack I bought were not as thick as these. So I don't know how to. I would probably go to Home Depot and get them there because they come in a big box. We had 2 boxes left from our roofing job. And I'm down to this many, so I'm thinking of an alternative. Okay, so I also, I'm sorry.
Peggy's got a question. Can you use those on what is called horseyes?
I don't see why not. And you can also make magnets. Take that skin and put the glass cabochon on it, glue it on it, cut around it, and glue it to a magnet. You can make little magnets for your refrigerator, or you can sell them.
Terry asked, do you ever make earrings?
I'm going to be making earrings. I just got the bezels in for the earrings, so the frames.
Kendra says, can you do a video on how you make your jewelry?
I am. I'm doing one this week, guys. I promise. So this is something new to our Amazon shop. If you're thinking about getting into resin, these are all tweezers. The points on these are super, super fine, like pin needle fine. So any little piece of dust you get in your resin, you will be able to get it out of there. So I just got these today. I wanted to make sure I liked them before I recommended them. But this is the set, and I believe it was $8.99. So for $8.99, you got 13 tweezers, or I'm sorry, 10 tweezers. And then you have these two paddles here. One's a paddle and one's a little thicker that you could put aside to use for paint to pick out your clumps if you get clumps.
Cricket wanted to know, have you ever run your paper skins through a die cutting machine?
I just ordered a cry cut. I'm so excited to get it because I'm tired of popping them out and they don't fit perfect. So now with the cry cut, they will. You can have that, sir. All right. So I need a color scheme. Do we want to go summer? Do we want to go fall? Oh, well, we just lost Jack. There it is. It comes and goes. Lakeside. Really, Nate?
Sherry, welcome from Sydney, Australia. Glad you could join us.
So do you want to go kind of like southwest fall so I can try out this new Indian yellow?
Sunflower colors, Leanne suggests.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. More towards fall, you know.
Yellow, orange, dark green, Deb suggests. And Kim says use those new colors.
I know. I can't put the purple in there though because we'll get mud with this for sure. But we'll try this new green. Not a lot of it though.
Sherry's suggesting coral. Hello, Rona. Shelly's saying
so I'm
winter.
Gonna do a turquoise,
winter, yeah.
Turquoise green to offset that yellow. I'm going with the darker one.
Time for the color wheel?
No, I don't need a color wheel.
But some people do.
Some people do. And I have those in my Amazon shop so they can get a color wheel and see how it works. I don't know, maybe that deep turquoise, just a tad
It's pretty
bluer.
close.
It's very close. All right.
Okay, Barbara wants to know, how long do you let your pours dry before they're ready to use stone coat on them?
I wait until they're completely dry, which is about 3 days, and then I let them cure for 2 weeks. I don't touch them for at least 2 weeks. Nate's painting got its resin coat yesterday, and then today was 2 weeks, so I cheated by a day. Oh no, Nate, it's gonna peel. I'm just kidding. You want to make sure that it's cured to the canvas and that your canvas is nice and dry in the back, because sometimes you'll do a pour, and if you lift that up the next day and feel it's wet. So keep that in mind. Don't be putting varnish on them. Even if the top's dry, the bottom's not. So be safe.
Sherry said she did her first resin pour using acrylic paints, and it was beautiful.
Great. I need an orange. Where's Trina? I pull orange. She would be like, orange.
Heather says, I can't stop doing these paintings. I've only been doing them for a little over a week now, and I've already done 8 pour paintings and 8 string pulls.
Yep. And you'll be buying canvas like crazy.
She's obsessed.
Yep. I'm going to put some crimson in there. That's a nice dark red.
A couple people are suggesting rusty red.
Well, I have that. Okay, so I have 2. I have a red ochre and I have a terracotta.
Kendra recommended
Not much difference in those.
Red ochre. Addictive hobby.
It is
Who would have
addictive.
thought about it?
Ellen has watched me go from doing one a day and getting excited to doing 4 a day. Sometimes I'm on a roll and I don't want to quit. All right.
Then I have to remind her that I have to eat.
Yeah. Okay, whatever. I think I should put just a tad of olive green in there to offset that bright green. And I'm not going to put a metallic in unless I use gold.
That's a lot of colors.
I like lots of colors in a dirty pour. I've used 18 colors before.
Carol says food is overrated.
I think he was shocked because I cleaned the house today and I made dinner and I did laundry. So everything's done. Only so I can paint all day tomorrow. I have reasons I do things. Okay.
Restaurants. I know what restaurants are for.
Yeah.
We make too many stops at restaurants.
Yeah, we got to quit doing that. We have 5 people we're feeding here, so. Okay. So I did spray the cups, but I'm not rubbing it in because that doesn't matter on a dirty pour.
Crock pots do work very well. Carol.
Yeah, we use a lot of crock pot too.
PB&J, Kim. I like peanut butter and jelly. Nobody else does.
I know you do. I'm trying to think what color I want to be the last out. I think the crimson. I'm gonna, I preach this all the time, not to pour paint on your canvas. Not that it mattered because it's a dirty pour, but I just like to practice what I preach. I'm going to follow that with orange.
Linda wants to know, do you reuse TGE cups?
If I'm using the spray silicone, I will most of the time wash cups out.
Make me wash.
I make Ellen wash the cups out. I don't make you. I just like, honey,
what you doing?
Are you busy?
Put that fire down and get out here.
Yeah, he's got a
Don't feel sorry for me, Nate.
a fire, HD fire, whatever. He plays games on it all the time. I'm like, Alan,
I'm gonna put that up.
I'm gonna put it up. I'm gonna hide it. And I've done it to him before. I hid it for a whole week. And then I'm like, hey, did you see such and such? And he's like, no, because I have no way to see that. So I gave it back.
Okay, Sherry wants to know, how do you clean your resin mix cups?
Oh, the resin mix. Okay. So when you're using resin, and let's say you're using a measuring cup to stir your resin in. If you leave your stick in there and it dries, you can pull it all out. But there's still sometimes there's some residual sticky stuff in there. It irritates me when it happens because that means I didn't stir my resin as well as I should have. And that's why I like to do that transfer thing where I'll mix these two together and then put it into another cup. So I don't get that sticky residue.
Sally suggests using silicone cups.
You could, yeah, because then you can just peel it right out completely. But even if you don't stir it enough, you're still going to have that sticky residue in there.
Nate wants to know what color green is. Is that olive?
This one here was the Green Earth from Lucas Krill.
I think he's talking about the one you just put in.
This one, I did the green there. This was the Soho olive green. And I am using black.
Riley suggests a little white too.
I don't want white because then I get too many pastel shades going. So now I'm going to go backwards. But I'm breaking that up with the gold. So I did the dark green first. Last, I mean.
Cricket was asking, where do you find the silicone cups? Sally says, the Zon.
The Zon.
Amazon.
Do you watch that Kristen girl from North Carolina radio station or TV station? She does the I don't know what with the
The new product reviews.
New product reviews. Well, if you guys were on Facebook and you saw Alan wearing the head massager, that's where I got that idea from. And he actually likes it, guys. So I did good.
Shakes my brain like she shakes the paint.
Okay. They're full. So now I'm going to take my black. We're going to stick it down the middle. That's the one thing I like about the bottles because it does mix all the colors down.
Okay, Cricket wants to know, did you use a metallic?
I did use gold. That was the only metallic I threw in there. So I'm just going to go a little crazy. Love that. See, there's that green.
Terry wants to know a good pretty pearl to add to her paint or her paint collection.
Oh, a pearl? Get the Sea Mist Pearl from Craftsmart. It's this one. It's a craft paint, but I absolutely love it. It's my go-to color. It's either that or the Deco Art Peacock Pearl. I use them all the time.
You have a lot of paint on that canvas.
I'm not going to use it all.
Yes, it is going to get wild.
I'd like to see what's coming next so I know where to put it. And you can go over what you don't like when you do a dirty pour. And I probably don't even need that other cup. Maybe a little bit. I don't even see much black. All I saw is right there. I'm going to bring some this way. I want just that touch of black to show up there. See all that red coming?
Nate wants hot apple cider now.
Pumpkin month starts pretty soon. Everything pumpkin. I'm not into that whole pumpkin thing. Don't get me wrong. I love pumpkin flavored stuff, but all right, really, they just take it a little bit too far. Bring that corner down with my cuppy hands. That's for Allie.
Okay, Deb wants to know what size is the canvas.
It's an 8x20. I get these from Jerry's. A lot of that green in there, guys. I'm not digging it. Gotta get rid of that black corner.
Use those cuppy hands, Christina.
So cuppy hands.
It's Allie just reminding you.
Yes. There. Oh, that runoff is pretty, but it's gonna get muddy. I got pretty cuppy hands.
Got a question for you. How do you get those air bubbles? The air bubbles, I think she
The cells?
The cells.
It's silicone that's in the paint. The treadmill silicone. I want to put something here that's just a little too much green for me. That one band there is enough.
Skins, Deborah says.
I know, I'm looking. I like green, but I like the teal side of green. I'm not a green person. Like my kitchen is dried thyme, so it's like a dark sagey green.
What? You feeling like
I had my handyman Dan over here last week proposing all the new work that I want done. So let's just say I need to sell some paintings because I need to have some baseboard work done in my bathroom. And I need to have my medicine cabinet for the other bathroom put up because Ellen and I do not want to do that job. We will kill each other. So when I don't want Ellen to do something and I don't want to do it, I mean, I could, but I can't lift it myself. I call Dan the man.
Okay, Cricket's got a question. What will you be doing with the cup with all the paint still in it?
I'm going to pour that onto another canvas.
And Board Brainless says, have you made dirty pours with an intent of making the painting looks like something specific?
I've tried that. Let me think what painting it was that I actually got what I wanted. Oh, the Arteza paint review. I had all these weird colors on one side, and then I had all these other colors on the other side, and I ended up doing a dirty pour and intermingling them, and I got exactly what I was looking for without getting mud.
Allie wants to know, can you paint in pours?
He's already got some of my paintings.
He does.
He loves checking out the studio when he comes because he did all the work out here for us. He did the walls and the window trim, and he built the wheelchair ramp for my brother-in-law so he could get in and out of the house. So he's our buddy.
We got another question from Shani. Are the crafters paint from Hobby Lobby good for pours, and how do you get them to not dry fast?
It all depends where you put your painting because that's important. You don't want to force it to dry. You want it to dry on its own so you don't get cracking. I always tell everybody that I believe cracking comes from water, first of all. If you add GAC 800 to your mix, just a little bit, if you're using craft paint, you really should. Especially all craft paint. I use craft paint, but not all craft paint. So you want to put something in there. The Floetrol helps because it has a polymer in there. So that does help against the cracking. But if I take that base paint and I get it too thin, that white base paint, I get it too thin with the water, if I do a reverse swipe, sometimes that white will crack. So you have to make sure you don't put too much water in. So that's it for that one, guys. And I'm going to go ahead and move this.
Skins, anyone?
Skins. And I'm going to pull skins, and then we are probably going to call it a night. We did 4 tonight, right? So it's question time. Anybody have any more questions while we're here?
Well, we got a couple questions. Monica's asking, is it hard to do the resin? I've never done it before, and it's scary to try something new.
It is scary. It is scary, and I think if you just do it along with me, because I'm just starting to do more resin, if I can be comfortable with it, you guys can too.
It's just sticky.
It's sticky. Yes, invest in a lot of gloves. That's all I'm going to say. Gloves and alcohol wipes, or white, just bottles of alcohol. I soak a rag like this with alcohol and keep it next to me because anytime you touch that, you're sticky. It's not like paint where you just wipe it on a paper towel or a bucket. You can't do that.
Charlotte's got a question. She says, I really love the colors. Sometimes my colors you used turns muddy.
Yeah,
Help.
It's where you lay them next to each other. That's why your color wheel is important. Just Google a color wheel and print it out. Nate has a video on the color wheel. You can watch his channel as well. Nate, you can post your link to your channel in the chat box if you want.
Okay. Good night, Mylene.
Good night,
Hope
Mylene.
you feel better. Kendra said, I watched lots and lots of videos before I used resin.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of them too. But, I'm not learning anything that I don't already know. I just haven't done it. So you have to take the plunge. You learn from your mistakes and you learn from your experiences.
Let's see. Sherry said she just got a case of alcohol. I don't know if she's talking about 91% or 90 proof.
Well, it's not Shirley, because who is it? Shirley
Sherry.
Doesn't Shirley take the drink orders?
Somebody was taking drink orders earlier.
That'd be Shirley, I think.
Folk Art has an antique copper Monica saying it's fabulous. 666E.
I bought Deco Art Worn Penny that I absolutely love. And then I bought the Deco Art Royal Ruby. It's a little more red than this, and I have not used that yet. I'm shocked that I have not used that yet. So,
Board Brandley says he's got to go to bed, but could you please tell me again when you're going to put the Dragon Eye on sale? And could you please point me to the video that you poured that one in?
if you're interested in the Dragon Eye painting, send me an email. We can do a private sale. I don't have to put it on Etsy for you. And what was the next question? I'm sorry.
What video?
The Dragon Eye was on a live, Monday Night Live.
It was either our first or second one.
I think it was the second one that we did. So that would be back in the beginning of June.
Okay. Sarah says the painting is beautiful. I haven't started one yet, but am anxious to do it. I bought matte and satin paints. Will they make a nice blend?
I've never worked with matte paint for a pour, but there are people out there that actually use chalk paint. That Nate and I found that out when we were talking about it. And satin will work perfect for you, no problems.
Danny wants to know, what do you do with those photos? Jewelry? Yes.
Yes.
And you're going to be putting a video out later this week.
Yes. Some of these are kind of yucky.
Jean Marie wants to know how to put her link up.
Wait till we upload this video and you can put it in the comments section, and then everybody check out her channel. Check back here in about an hour or something, or tomorrow, and go check out her channel. Be supportive. We support each other.
Marilyn says, I have a terrible time with resin. All the drips.
I know. It is drippy.
It's tough on the feetsies, too.
Yeah, I got it on my foot last night. My shoe was stuck to my toes. I was a hot mess last night.
Lydia is asking, anyone have any suggestions for a good, affordable varnish?
Minwax probably be your best bet. Polyacrylic water-based Minwax. I have if you want to see what it looks like, it's in my Amazon shop. It's in a blue can. I don't have it sitting here. I show her.
Okay, and Diane says she's going to email you, interested to see how this one dries. I may want to buy.
Okay.
Taking Hubs out west for his 50th, end of September.
Awesome. I don't have a rack for those skins, and I want to pour the rest of this cup. Could you get me a... I thought I had another one of those. I do. I do. Ta-da. I'm so glad your mother gave me these. So these will dry in a couple of days, but I still wait about a week or so before I do anything with them. And of course, I've got some that I've done in January that I haven't touched yet. So we definitely need to do a jewelry video.
Okay, we've got a couple more comments here. Marilyn said, I heard mixing glossy Mod Podge and water equal parts, then mixing in the paints equal parts. Then you don't have to varnish anything.
Well, you can do that. I don't know how sticky it will be as it cures. That's the thing with the cheaper varnishes, like the triple thick, and that they're tacky because of the polymer in them. Because you can use them as a medium as well. I'm going to throw a canvas down here.
Okay. And Heather Anderson says, I've heard you say you sell your paintings on Etsy. Do you do well on that site, and do you recommend it?
If you have a lot of friends that want to buy your paintings, I would recommend it. It is so overwhelmingly full of acrylic pours right now. I wouldn't suggest it. You're better off marketing yourself in your neighborhood, in restaurants. If you belong to a church, do some craft fairs, get your name out there. That's the best way to sell.
I take them to work.
Alan takes them to work, yeah. All right, so I'm just going to flip that cup that we have left.
Okay, so special bonus, we have
A twofer.
a twofer.
We have a twofer.
Okay, Linda
Did you
wants to
use
know,
all that?
will a painting last without a varnish?
You want to put some kind of coating on it.
Otherwise, you'll end up.
Well, it gets dirty and greasy and dusty, and you want to put something on it, even if you just spray varnish on it.
Good job, Ellie. She said her neighbor just bought a painting over the weekend.
Yay. Sales, sales, sales. Believe me, if I didn't sell any, I would be out of my garage by now.
No, that's not true.
Every time I get something in a big box, I tell Ellen, save that box or tape it up. We'll store paintings in there. I'm going to do a reverse swipe with this, just for the heck of it.
Okay, and Lucy wants to know, how do you price it?
I charge 30 cents a square inch. And the only reason I do that is because I'm not famous. I don't market myself as an artist, which I need to start doing because I don't want to charge that much. I want to cover myself, and I don't want to be one of those that charges $1 a square inch and sells maybe 2 paintings a year. I would rather spread my artwork around, I don't want to be one of those. It's just my preference. I'm not bashing anyone that does that. It's just I don't want to be one of those.
Okay, so what you're doing is
Pulling the white over paint. If anyone's never seen this done.
And Lucy said, that's what I wanted, to at least cover my cost.
Yep. Later, when you start selling a lot of paintings, then you can jack it up a quarter, Then you can go to 50 cents a square inch. But you want them to want your work first. I don't know. It's just me.
And that's the key, is to
What?
get your name out.
Yeah, get your name out there.
Get your
first.
artwork out.
You would think with 28,000 subscribers, I would be selling paintings, but we're really not selling a lot online. It's more friends and coworkers, and sometimes I'll get an email from someone that's local that has watched my YouTube channel that wants a painting, but I donate a lot. I give a lot away. I'm a very giving person. If someone absolutely loves a painting and they have a birthday coming up, well, guess what they're getting?
I think Nate's got Gizmo stepping on his phone again because he said, I had some paintings in Santa Fe that I priced at $100 and they sold for $1,100 each. Good job, Nate. That was a typo, though, right?
You picking on Nate? You know, and then sometimes I think because I price them so low that people don't take me seriously. You know, I don't know. It's hard to explain how I feel about all that. I make it affordable so people can afford my paintings. And then I run a sale 30% off so they're even cheaper.
Okay, Cecilia says she charged 30 cents a square inch and was told that is too much for a painting like this.
No, it's not. They don't. Here's the thing that pees me off the most is when someone says, oh, anybody could do that. That's not true. They are not sitting here mixing paint. We're being chemists. You know, we're doing this whole chemistry lesson of how to mix the paint to get it to flow right. What are you adding to it? We're using silicone. We're using fire. You know, we put it on the canvas. Are you going to swipe it? You know, are you going to do this to it? We are artists, period. So whoever tells you that this is not art, tell them to kiss your butt because that's not true. I'm sorry, it's not true.
And Shelley agrees with you.
Yep.
She said, this is art.
This is art. This is abstract art. This is fluid painting. It was really popular years ago, and it's making a comeback. Yes, it's going to probably freeze up again and not be so popular because something else will take its place. But it's going to come back again, and then we're going to go through this all over again.
And Shelley says, this is not as easy as it looks.
It is not as easy as it looks, no.
And Diana, you're right. Your time and materials cost you money.
Yeah. So this is going to develop more and more as that white sinks. We all know that because you can tell just since I tilted it. Look at all that green in there.
Nate's got a good point. You never be able to recreate the same piece twice.
No one can copy you either. I have one subscriber, not saying any names, but I can put a video up on Tuesday, and on Thursday she's doing the exact same paintings with the same colors. And I'm not mad. I feel kind of honored that she tries to copy my work, but you know, I give you guys the colors. If you ask, I give you the colors. I don't care. I just think it's funny that every painting she does is somebody else's work. I'm not saying she copies. I shouldn't say that.
Okay. We got someone joining us from Russia. Welcome. And Sherry says, what did you call this technique you just did?
I call it a reverse swipe. So you're swiping the white over the paint. You're not going to pick it up and drag it through the paint. You're pulling that white and flipping it over the color. So then the white being as dense as it is, because when you make white paint, it takes a lot of pigment to make white paint. That's what makes it so heavy. That paint is going to sink to the bottom and all the color is going to start coming up, but not all of it. Let me show you an example.
Okay, Vanessa, I agree. Imitation is the best form of flattery. And then
Don't make me trip over you.
in parentheses it said, by the way, it wasn't me.
No, I know who it is.
Shani says, you're an inspiration. Well, thank you. A couple of comments, just lost the chat. Okay, Monica wants to know, can you use black to have the same effect? You've actually done it.
Yeah, we did black. And I'm looking for that box of resin paintings and I can't find it. Alan hit him.
Sean says, first time watching, happen to see the live. I normally use a brush for abstract, but I'm loving this style and we'll try it out soon. That's great to hear.
I'm sorry, guys. I can't find the box.
Let's see. Diana says, what are your thoughts on using white house paint?
I like white house paint. You don't want to use it in the wintertime if you're drying your paintings like in your garage or somewhere, because if it gets too cold, it will crack.
Okay. And Lydia wants to know, she says she's terrible at math. How much would you charge for a piece this size? So this is what?
8 by 10.
This is an 8 by 10. So it's 80 square
$24.
inches. $24.
Yep, $24. Well, that's a 10 by 10.
Okay.
So that's $30.
Now, if you're going to resin coat it, of course,
I would add 15 for the resin.
Okay. And is resin what you put in the paint, or after painting finished and dry?
After it's dried and cured, then we resin coat. After we clean all the silicone and everything off, yes.
There are no stupid questions, Amy, so don't even worry about it. That's not a stupid question at all. Diana's got a question. Does it need to be mixed with Floetrol, your house paint?
Yes. Floetrol and some water. Not that much.
Yep, you need to mix Floetrol and water for your base paint when you're using house paint.
Equal parts Floetrol and then water to consistency. So now here's a painting that I did, and of course I posted this one on Facebook and asked everybody, what do you see? So they all saw the snake here. But now I would take this painting and cover this with baby powder, rub it in really well, tap it off, put another coat of baby powder on it, but not rub it in, and just tap the loose stuff off. Then I send this to my curing rack, back to my curing rack, and it sits there for about a week. And then I'll rub it again and brush off the residual baby powder. Mist it with water and wipe it. Well, actually, I'm sorry. After I take the baby powder off, I wipe it down with a microfiber cloth to get the rest of the powder off. Then I spray it with water, wipe it with paper towels to dry it, and leave it set for about half an hour. And then I do the alcohol wipe, just like I did with the resin painting in the beginning. Soak this with alcohol and really, especially here on your sides, you want to watch. And if you see like a big pocket of cells, that's usually where your silicone's at. So you want to make sure you get all of that off. I'm just trying to see if there's a silicone spot on there. Can't see one. A little bit here. So if there's any shiny spots where this cell action is, you want to make sure you get that off. So after you put that alcohol on there and you let it dry for an hour or so, then you can go ahead and resin or varnish, whatever one you're going to do.
Vanessa says she sees a bull.
I just like that snake. I think he looks like there's his eye, there's his snout. He's coming out of here.
Okay. Lydia's got a question. She said, I had a lot of bald spots in my last few paintings. I used coconut milk hair serum. Is that what?
Yeah, it sunk to the canvas and the paint did not attach. Yep. You might want to paint your canvas with a little bit of white paint or black paint before you do that, so you're not seeing the canvas itself. Dimethicone does that sometimes too. The one that I showed. If you use too much, I'm looking at the wrong spot. If you use too much of this, and this is dimethicone 500, if you use too much of it, it's going to be big puddles, and it'll leave dents in your painting. Best thing to do if you see that immediately, just take like a piece of Kleenex or something and try to soak some of that up into the Kleenex. Because if it sets there, it's going to leave a dent.
And Nate's got a suggestion. He says he puts dry rice in a coffee grinder until it's a fine powder, and then puts it on his paintings. It absorbs the silicone nicely.
Yeah. There's flour. You can use flour or just plain cornstarch. I use baby powder with cornstarch. Some people have tried Crud Cutter. I have a woman that ordered some new spray-on stuff that she's going to let me know how it works. And then I will let you guys know what the name of it is if it works for her. Windex. Everybody's trying all different kinds of things, but I've tried quite a few different things, and the baby powder with the alcohol wipe works the best for me.
Okay. Shelly says, I've noticed some of my paint comes off when I use the alcohol.
That's fine.
And she's
That's
using
normal.
tube and craft paints.
It's okay. It'll still do that. You're going to get some color off. Unless you're using some really super expensive paint, you're going to have some of that come up.
Okay.
It won't hurt it.
Sally makes a good suggestion. Wear gloves during and after cleaning to keep oil from your hands off the canvas
Yeah,
as well.
because the minute you touch that, you're putting the oil right back on. That's why I said with your edges, be real careful with your edges. And I always wear gloves when I'm working with alcohol anyways, because alcohol does penetrate the skin. Just think of that when you're doing resin. If you get resin on you and you're taking the alcohol and rubbing it, you're just putting it into your bloodstream. So best thing to do is, glove up. If you got to wear sleeves, I mean, you're going to get a little here and there on you, but don't use the alcohol to wipe it off. Just go in and use soap and water. Mike from Stone Coat suggests that orange, I think it's Gojo from Home Depot, to use that to wash it off.
Okay. Lisa's got a question. Do you gesso all your canvases?
No, I don't. I buy pre-gessoed. I gesso like record albums and birch boards. Different things that I would pour on that aren't canvas. I do gesso those.
Okay. Good night, Lucy. Thank you for joining us. April says she uses Windex.
Yep, some people do use Windex.
And Michelle wants to know, how do you figure how much paint per canvas?
There is a chart out there. Gina DeLuca, that was one that I forgot. Gina DeLuca uses what the chart says, and she has phenomenal results. I just look at a canvas and say, okay, I'm going to need, like this one here, I'm going to need at least 9 ounces of paint because I want to make sure my sides are covered. I don't want to stretch all those cells out. Because if you don't use enough, you're just tilting and tilting and tilting, and then you get the zigzags, you lose your cells. So I leave a little extra paint on the canvas. That's fine. It's texture. I don't want to see the canvas through my artwork anyway, the texture.
Did you torch that?
I did torch it. This will look completely different tomorrow. That's why I'm just letting them watch this painting because it's going to change. But I did torch.
Uh-oh.
This is my brand new torch, isn't it? I have broke 2 torches in the past month. I bet you it's the resin. Well, that's okay. I got a spare. I have another.
Okay, and Cricket wants to know, how long does it take for the paint to dry?
2 to 3 days. Sometimes you get lucky, it'll dry overnight, but it's not really dry. I can't get that door out there. But, like I said, make sure you let it cure for a couple weeks before you do anything to it. Some people only wait a week. Ann Osborne waits about a week, but her paint is much thinner than mine, and she does make sure she gets all that thickness off the canvas.
Kendra said
That's not what I wanted. Go ahead.
Kendra said her torch broke last night. Sorry, Kendra.
Yeah, so we're thinking about stuff like that for prizes for our 30th. 30th. Isn't that funny? Our 30,000, we're thinking like a torch and, different little things that people might need besides, and I'll have coaster set and jewelry, and I want to have a lot of little prizes that ship easy.
I like the beginner's paint.
The beginning painting kit.
Kids
Yeah, we
too.
did that with Trina. She won that.
Okay. Lydia, please don't feel sorry about asking questions. I mean, that's one of the reasons we're here, is to answer your questions. What makes the paint crack? I've had a few of those.
If you're using water, it's probably water. Leaving your paint too thick on the canvas. I just noticed the thinner the whiter is, the more it's apt to crack.
Kendra's got a good point too. She says using tap water may cause that too.
Yeah, tap water. I always use purified water in a bottle when I mix paints.
Ellie's leaving us.
You could boil your water and let it set and use that too.
Good night, Allie. Thank you for joining us. Cricket's Nature. Cricket says, I don't have a lot of space, so I was going to do this outdoors on the patio table. But if it takes that long to dry, I shouldn't leave it out.
No, you don't want to leave it outside.
Yep, I agree, Carol. Put it in a safe place.
We bought, I actually got another shoe rack, 10 shelves. They had them on Wish for $15.99. It's the same shoe rack that I got on my Amazon shop. I ordered it because I wanted to see what it was like. So it's the exact same thing. And I can fit 30 paintings on there. So up to 30 paintings, I should say.
Marilyn wants to know, do you have to be a patron to be able to get a chance of prizes?
Nope. We'll have all the information for everybody when we decide to start the contest, and you'll have a week to enter. So just keep checking our channel for new videos. Hit that notification button so you'll know when they come up. And like I said, I think this time we're just going to have them enter probably through my email, because I want to have everybody's email address to get a hold of them. I just feel bad when people don't get their prizes. Maybe they were on vacation, or maybe they're sick. I don't know that. So I redraw.
Okay, and Cricket wants to know, what if I covered it in a tote or put a plastic lid from a bakery cake?
You could do that. Jenny Post does that. She puts like a netting over hers. Yeah, but you could put it in a tote and put a lid on it. But you want to have a little bit of air going in there. So maybe at night, close it, and then during the day, open it back up.
Nate wants to know, is that $20 rack?
I got it for $15.99. One from Wish.
Yeah.
The one on Amazon, I think, is $29.99. Any more questions, guys? Get me while I'm here. Don't forget, if you want to sponsor the channel, you can click on that little $sign down there, or you can check my PayPal link below and do it through PayPal. And that way I have your email address. I think, I'm not sure. But we'll be doing sponsored giveaways every 3 months, and we always make sure we have some great prizes for that.
We want to reward those who watch and help grow the channel.
Yeah, because we couldn't do this without a little bit of help anyway. It helps us buy our canvas and our paint. And I love having a video every day for you, because there's nothing like turning on your YouTube and saying, oh, she's got a new video. Because I do that with people too. It's like, they got a new video.
That's like the first thing she does.
It is.
She gets up in the morning.
I get up in the morning, I either get a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. I come out here and I watch to see what's new and leave my comments. And yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Violetta.
Thank you,
Appreciate your
Violetta.
support. Daniel says, I've been painting since I was 5 years old, but never painted with acrylic before. Any suggestions? How to start and how it basically works?
Go to my playlist. If you go to my homepage and go to my playlist, there's a section in tutorials. I start with supplies and we go all the way up until we finish varnishing those paintings. I show you how to wire them and everything. So everything's there. You can learn from A to Z. I'm going to be adding to those tutorials too as we get some new techniques going, and I really need to move more stuff to playlists. I'm getting a little behind, that's all. Just a little. It's getting better though. Now that the studio is actually where
the Porage.
The Porage, yes, is actually where I want it now. I have a little more flow out here, so I'm not freaking out. Like, where am I going to put this? Where am I going to put that?
Monica, the live videos are saved on your page, on Tina's page.
Yep. As soon as we click end this stream, it takes about 5 minutes, I think, and it uploads. So you won't see the chat bar until tomorrow, but everything else is there.
Nate's going to be waiting by his mailbox this Saturday, he said.
I don't know, Nate. We'll see how she cures. I'm going to put her coat on tomorrow. And she might be ready to go out the door by Thursday. We'll see. I got to put my little fingernail in the side.
Carol's just thanking you for the great informative videos. You're welcome, Carol. I had a saying that I told Tina about a couple weeks ago that I think is appropriate. Knowledge is one of the few things that you can share with others and still keep for yourself.
Yeah, cricket. Yeah, we don't get it all. We found that out the first week we ran the super chat. Yeah, they take their commission just like they do for everything else.
But that also supports the live videos.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. They've got to make money too. So we get it. That's why I think a lot of people were donating through PayPal.
Diana, thank you very
Diana.
much. Lisa says she still doesn't see the store. I don't see an info icon.
I do, Cricket. If you go to the Amazon link below in the description box, it'll take you to my storefront, and it will say there's two sections. One is tools and one is products. Just go into one of those on that page. If you still can't get to it, send me a message on Facebook, and I'll give you a direct link to get you right into the store. Oh, Alan. Yes, throw that in the bucket. He almost threw that red thing away. I have to go buy another one. So if you guys are looking for strainers, don't forget Dollar General.
Or other people found them at Big Lots.
Or Big Lots, yep.
Dollar.
And Amazon, they're in my shop. I also have them there. You can buy a 4-pack or a 2-pack. I think you get 2 for $3.99. So, and it's Prime, free shipping. Let's see what else.
Reminder, August 19th.
Yes, August 19th, live auction. I'm going to put a video up on that too as well with more information. I think we'll start around 7. And I'm going to try to get 20 to 25 paintings out the door. So they're going to start anywhere between $5 and $10, probably $5. But you guys have to pay the shipping. And I'm going to do some weighing to see how much they're going to cost to ship. And I'll probably be building boxes so it's cheaper. Because if I use the box that, like a flat rate box, it's $18.90 for a 10 by 20 painting, and I don't want to charge that much. So we'll see what we can get them at.
Nate, have a good evening. Go do your editing. Let the dog out. Lisa says she's going to have to message you. She just doesn't see it. She says she's dying to shop. Kim, thank you very much. Glad you could join us. Thank you, Kendra.
Thanks, Kendra.
Christina Welch Art. Okay.
Somebody sent me a message already. Okay, guys. So thanks for stopping in. Alan and I are going to post a video about the giveaway and information. Will be on a separate video about the auction because I don't want to give you too much information in one video. It's just too confusing. So
we will be doing live next Monday.
Yep, live next Monday at 9 o'clock. Same thing, like we always do. Our 4 pours and questions and answers and hanging out. So check out other YouTubers' channels. I'm going to try to get a list together that I'll put on my Facebook page, and that way you guys can all see it there and just click from there and watch other people's videos. So we really ran late tonight. I'm really sorry.
About that, guys.
I wanted to be done by 11, but we just had so much stuff to go over, and
we had a lot of fun.
Yeah, we had a blast tonight. So
okay, thank you, Emma, for your support of the channel, and good night to all.
Yep, we'll see you on the next one. Bye now.